Uh-oh. The red light's on.
I forgot what that means, Jay.
I think the red light means we're live.
It takes like 30 seconds to catch, doesn't it?
Yeah, but there's like people watching now because it gives us this eyeball in the corner.
Oh.
Big brother.
Big
Always watching.
Always watching. You don't look like Andy Lund. So let's play this intro and talk about it real quick. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Primetime. You're not Lund.
What time is it? What time is it? It's prime time. It's prime time. What time is it? What time is it? Prime time. It's prime time. Oh yeah. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we do a little special little show called Primetime. Not every Tuesday, only on special Tuesdays. Tonight is a special Tuesday. So, sit back, listen to the show, geek out about guitar stuff. Primetime crew. Without further ado, here's your host, Mr. Jay Parkin. Take it away, Jay.
Yeah, yes.
Andy Lund. Where is Andy?
You know what he's doing, Jay? You know what he's doing. This guy could just legit go to any preschool after he retires from Taylor and just do those type of jingles for kids, because that's that's exactly what it sounds like. It's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing right now.
He's actually writing different lyrics for the same jingle to use at different schools.
He doesn't write any new songs. Like, it's the same melody.
Yeah,
he just uses the Primetime song so it's not even a Primetime song.
It's
it's
a cover song.
Multi-purpose.
It's a multi-purpose song. It's a multi-purpose intro.
It's like a Mad Lib of song. For those of you that remember Mad Libs.
I do Mad Libs. I do Mad Libs all the time with my 10-year-old. It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's so good. And she did this thing once where she's like, every noun is going to be the same noun. And I'm like, that sounds like something I would do when I was a kid. It was fun. Anyway, welcome back to Taylor Primetime. We did it.
Yay.
So when was the last show? So the last show we did the pre-record with Bob, Kurt, and Andy talking about Andy's promotion to president and CEO, chief guitar designer, president and CEO. So there was that. Was that in June, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, it had to been right at May or June, because I think we did like the full-on announcement at June NAMM, right?
Yeah.
So
anyway,
right around then.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen in the feed, we have zero idea what we're doing. It's been a blur this last 5, 6, 9, however months we have been off. We're back. We're going to do a couple of shows. Unfortunately, this is the live show. We're going to do the last live show for the year. Next week, we're going to do a pre-recorded episode. I had a wonderful conversation with our Director of Natural Resources Sustainability, Scott Paul, Andy Powers, and Mike Pallett from Pacific Rim Tone Roots. No, West Coast Arborists, and we talk about city trees and the Urban Wood Initiative that we're working through right now. So next week is a pre-record. We wanted to come on live one last time in 2022. And then we're going to kick off season 3. Is it season 3 or season 4?
I think it's 4.
Season 4. Yeah, it is season 4 on January 10th, 2023, which is the day before my mom's 83rd birthday. So we're going to celebrate my mom's birthday on Primetime with her. Who's ready?
Yes. Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah. So last minute, Andy Lund had to bow out of the show. So we brought our really good friend Aaron Dablow on. He's the sales manager of the Americas. So we figured, Aaron, you weren't doing anything tonight, were you?
Nope.
I might have asked you maybe 2 hours ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This is absolutely happy to make time for this. Happy to hang out with you guys and everybody on the old interwebs. You know what's funny though? You said you don't look like Andy Lund. Andy and I got hired right about the same time. I was hired in 2005 and he was hired in 2006. This is when Taylor started really growing, right? And so we needed more sales managers to handle the territories. And so, we got hired right around the same time, hung out, became really good friends. And we actually looked the same back then. Like we both had real swoopy hair and we both kind of, wore the same hoodies. And so if we did this about 15 years ago, I could have passed as Andy Lund. Not today though. We're a little different. Look a little different today.
And Mike has a mohawk.
Not
Kinda.
really. I mean,
No.
I refer to this as power bald because it's like I'm losing my hair, but I want an edge, so it's power bald.
Oh my goodness.
The goatee's
right.
not enough for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Need
all right.
a little more.
All right. We got a show to do. Lindsay, love, how are you? It's been like 2 hours since I saw you last.
Oh yeah, since you saw me last, yeah. I'm fantastic, Jay. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving and the holiday season. It's like the marathon. Just getting ready for all that.
Getting ready for all that. We got a gobble, y'all. Did you see that?
Exactly. See, they're ready in the Thanksgiving spirit.
They are ready.
Mhm.
But we are glad to be back. We missed you.
Right?
So, we do a couple of segments, as you guys know. We're going to get this thing rolling. So we often have our buddy Andy on here. He sings live for us. He did me a favor and threw me an intro video and an outro video today. I'm super excited about that. Welcome back, everybody. We have missed you as well. And I have received every single email that has come in about where's the show. So we won't call that Hug Your Haters. However, we do have we got some hate. We did. And it was so good. But before that, remember, this is a guitar nerd talk show. Let's keep the nerd and guitar nerd, right? Let's keep the feed clean. Let's just have a good old time. This is what this is all about. All right. So there's that. At the end of the show, we do have trivia, aka Evan's question. So I'm excited about that. Welcome back, Lindsay. Mike, how are you doing?
I am quite well, thank you. I'm happy to be back, and so is Roger, for that matter. That's why he's running around like crazy today. So,
how is Roger? How old is Roger?
Roger will be 2 in January.
Whoa, the terrible 2s.
Yeah.
Or 14 if you go in dog years and do like the whole, equitable split between dog years and human years.
The terrible 14s.
Well, right now I guess he would be a tweener.
He's about to start rebelling and listening to angry metal and leaving without telling you.
Which listening to the angry metal, I am all for.
Oh yeah,
like
that's true.
This is not this is not out of character for this household. But Roger's doing great, and he's chilling out now, and he's being a good boy, I think, because I can't see him right now. That's usually a worry.
Yep.
Well, Roger, come say hi when you have the chance. Oh, you're hiding. He can't even hear me because you got headphones on. I get it. I get it. Okay. All right. We don't have a Hug Your Haters song but somebody does need love. So we put the email together to communicate that we're going to do this show, and we got a reply. Yeah. I will not name who wrote this, but it was so good. A total waste of time as the gang tells inside jokes and story that are only enjoyed by themselves. Oh man, we love you. We love you. It's just a Guitar Nerd show, man. We're just having a good time.
I
We
would have
will-
spent my time, crafting that email too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely not a waste of time. I'd have definitely sent that email.
Oh, glad Primetime is back. I just have not let this comment go. It's still up there somewhere. Hide current comment. Oh, there we go. All right, I kept going. I have to remember how to do the show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to do a segment. You guys ready? I have a useless clip. We're going to do a segment called What Are You Listening To? Oh, Lindsay Love, what have you been listening to lately?
I've been listening to a lot of stuff. Most recently, I would say what's on my most recent Spotify playlist. PJ Morton this album just got nominated for quite a few Grammys, I think. But Watch the Sun, and I saw him live like a month ago, and it's absolutely an amazing album. PJ Morton, Watch the Sun, and he has a song on there with Stevie Wonder. So I can list a bunch of albums, but let's just go with that one. Let's give him his time in the sun.
That's the one. That's your favorite right now.
Oh no, I have a lot of favorites. I can't pick it, but it's the one I'm just gonna drop out for everybody right now.
Okay. Mike Venezia, what have you been listening to?
Oh, it's been.
No, I don't. No, that's why I asked.
We don't know.
Don't know.
Oh, you don't know. So I've been listening to a lot of Rush just because I'm a huge Rush nerd.
Dude, yeah.
But I was inspired to listen to more Rush and Van Halen because I've also been listening to a lot of audiobooks as I go running or take Roger for walks. And I just finished a 3-book series by Martin Popoff, all about Rush. There are 3 books for their entire career, Anthem, Limelight, and Driven, broken up into 3 parts of their career. And then Eruption, the Eddie Van Halen biography written by Chris Gill and Brad Talinsky, who was the former editor at Guitar World. Mm-hmm. And both sets of audiobooks were absolutely incredible. I'm sure it's the same if you read it. Same words. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested, especially with Eddie Van Halen, kind of going back and hearing about his history coming over as an immigrant from the Netherlands and
yeah.
It just, true rags to riches story. Just really incredible writing by both, on both sets of books. Absolutely.
Wow. And Mr. Dablo, Aaron, what have you been listening to?
Well, I've finally gotten off of my Thornhill kick, right?
Why?
Well, because I just, I listen to a wide variety of music, right? It could be Sarah McLachlan. It could be Darko. It could be, I like the metal, right? I like the really glitchy, crazy stuff. But then I also like, go absolutely the other way too. But this is somewhere in the middle, balance and composure. You know them, Jay, right? Hold on, let me get to the back.
Dude, we're
that
gonna.
Album's great.
Can I give you a secret that I'm not supposed to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, so John Simmons played with Anthony Green here in San Diego, and
at that recent show.
And John Simmons is a singer of Balance and Composure, and he said, I said, hey, what about a new Balance and Composure record? And he said, I'm not going to answer that. You should ask Will Yip. And I said, Will, what's the deal with Balance and Composure? And he said, you didn't hear it from me. And that's all he said. So that led me to believe that there's a new Balance and Composure record.
That's excellent. So this particular one, I missed it when it came out in 2013, but I can listen to it front to back. It's a great record. It's called The Things We Think We're Missing. Great one. And then also Crosses just came out with a new album as well. A couple of new songs. So that's Chino Moreno, Deftones side project with Sean Lopez for Far, their side project. And it's really they're putting out some good music constantly. So that's it.
Well, okay. I have been listening to Lindsay knows. I pretty much exclusively since it dropped 2 weeks ago, Lindsay, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nas put out a new record, KD3, King's Disease 3. Nas is like my hero, and it is my new favorite Nas record, and it's so good. It's just unbelievable. There's the new Sparta record I've been listening to a lot, which is cool because later on in the show we're going to play a little clip of Jim Ward playing one of the Sparta songs, so it's cool. And then I mean, Nas record, really. The Turnstile record got nominated for 4 Grammys, so I'm also still stuck on that Turnstile record. And
good call.
It's like a song they got a sync in a Taco Bell commercial.
Yep, I saw that too.
Anyway,
good for them.
Well, all right. So next week, I told you we're going to have a pre-recorded episode, but it's a really good in-depth conversation about Urban Tonewoods. So come hang out with us next week. I will be on the chat. We'll be talking. Fun. We have been busy. We've been super busy, and we're going to dive into the show. But let's go right into. We're going to go in order. Aaron, Mike, Lindsay, and myself, and kind of talk a little bit about why we've been so busy in the last, 5 months. Aaron, what have you been working on? I mean, we're kind of post-pandemic. You guys are traveling a little. Pandemic still kind of technically, I guess, right? But you all over the place. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think one thing that's important, and I'm responsible for the 6 U.S. and Canada sales managers for the independent dealer network, and we're just ready to get back out in the stores. We want to see, we're doing these events called Find Your Fit events, and it's basically just sit down, we'll chat with you. We'll talk about the right guitar if you're looking for another guitar. If not, if you just want to chat about your existing Taylor, that's cool. But we just want to be in stores right now, visiting with our players and the people who love our guitars and our dealers, and help them try to help customers find their new guitars. So yeah, we've been traveling really extensively through October, and we'll go through December. So look on our website. Well, no, actually, we don't have them on our website right now, but the Find Your Fit events, our dealers are promoting them, and just go in and check it out. But that's basically it. We've got a couple of new products coming out. I'm sure we're going to talk about that later. Taylor, we're always coming out with new. We're always innovating. This is what we do as a company, right? And so always something new to talk about with Taylor. And so that's it. But we're happy to be back out in the stores and shaking hands with all of our players and our dealers. So that's it.
Man, you traveled to South America, didn't you? Latin America.
I was in Brazil in September. Yes.
How was Brazil in September?
Brazil's good all the time.
Like I know.
No, it's the opposite. Actually, absolute opposite of where we are. So it was. It's kind of like, not really, not yet, but it was getting there. So we were at the very. We're getting to that, sort of change in seasons, if you will.
Yeah. Brazil,
but it's nice. Yeah, it is.
Mike, you've been traveling.
Been traveling a ton. In fact, I leave on Thursday for my 3rd trip in 7 weeks. So we're out there. That's
Are you going to eat some turkey on the plane?
No, but certainly I hope so when I land. So I'm flying to New York, and that's where I'm from originally. So I get to land, go from the airport to dinner at my mother's house. Then I leave the next day and I hit the road for a week doing Find Your Fits. Hosting these Find Your Fit events at a bunch of stores in the Northeast, as Aaron was describing. And it's been a lot of running around, but you know what? It's really cool to get out there and see everybody coming in the store, whether they, are ready to buy a guitar today or ready to buy a guitar in the near future and want to see exactly what we're coming out with, what's new, but also work one-on-one with one of us that can help pinpoint exactly what that Taylor guitar should be for them. And I find it really rewarding, and it's just great time spent with wonderful people. And I actually, some of the people that watch on Primetime, I've met them in my travels as well. So it's pretty exciting when you have people, I saw you on Primetime, I had to come, and I had to buy a Taylor from that guy.
That's awesome.
That makes me happy. So come on down.
That's awesome. Lindsay and I don't get those. Well, actually at NAMM, I had a couple people walk up to me. And that was pretty awesome. But the best was I had somebody walk up to me at a Padres game. And they said, "You're not wearing the right hat." Well, the Padres at the time were playing the Giants, and as you guys know, I'm really a Giants
You're a
fan,
Giants
so
fan.
I had a Giants hat on. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it was a good time. Lindsay, what have you been working on? You've been traveling too.
I know.
You
Yeah.
went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that was my most recent trip. And then, I mean, yeah, we're always in LA, but yeah, I went to DC with NAM on behalf of Taylor, and we were just advocating for music education in schools. And so I did that, which is a really great thing, just to get more music programs during the school day offering, and California has a nice budget for it. So, but let's see, just a lot of artist stuff. We have, with all the new products coming out, we need content to support that, and so a lot of artist shoots that we're organizing, new series, artist series that we're coming up with, and alongside Jay and his team, and so just a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff, and then going to a lot of shows, which is a lot of fun.
I know the shows have been opening up, right? I've been going to a lot of shows too.
I was just at Lizzo's show on Saturday.
You were? How was that?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Her band's incredible. Her show's incredible. Yeah, it was a great show. It was the second night at the Forum, sold out both nights.
Wow.
So it was cool. Yeah.
That's she's amazing. Anyway, yes, we've been busy. We have been so busy. The last time we were on the show, well, we had Andy on the 75th episode. Andy started talking about the new Alcoa 700 series. So the new 700s came out right before we went off the air. We took a little break. During our break, as you guys are all well aware, we came out with the new Urban Ironbark or Urban Red Ironbark 500 series. And there are a couple of questions in the feed about the 500 series. So I want to dive into those guitars just a little bit while we've got it. I've got some clips of Daniel from the showdown you did with him, Aaron. So I want to play some of these clips in a minute. But how are these guitars being welcomed into the market? Mike,
go ahead.
Aaron.
Well, either one of us. I mean, I see it firsthand being in the stores. People really digging them. There's been a pretty big push right at the start because, as somebody who sells to stores, I get the reorders, and you can kind of tell from that exactly what the success is like. I know in the Northeast, it's going pretty darn well. And then when we do Find Your Fits, people, it's a curiosity, like, well, I wanted to hear it and I knew you're going to be here, so let me try it. And everybody's blown away, because they generally didn't know what to expect coming in because it's urban wood and they've never heard of it. But once they hear it, they're like, wow, this is loud. And it really is. It's really loud. And it has a really nice wide EQ. And it's just an amazing, amazing find. I believe that Urban Ironbark is I'm a fan. I'm sold on it for sure.
Yeah.
Let's get to this question if we can. So is Taylor de-emphasizing mahogany with its change to the 500 line?
No. That is, I saw that question in the chat too. I'm glad we're getting to talk about that. We will be using that in our 300 series. So we're still going to be using mahogany. It was just time for a change with the 500s. Certain, like I said earlier, it's like we're in our DNA to improve and make things better and evolve. And the 500 was in need of a refresh. And we had been playing with different iterations of the 500 series with all mahogany or cedar mahogany for quite some time. I think since 2011 or 12. And now, since Andy found this Urban Ironbark, it was a perfect time to refresh the 500 series. And more importantly, that like the sound, like you'll see. I want to talk about the way Danielle, when you show the clip, I'll talk about that whole showdown and our interaction, because I got to see him experience the guitar for the first time, and it's great when you get to see somebody in their first reaction to a new tone wood. And then he just kept looking at it, and it's like it is one of the most gorgeous guitars we have, right? Just the color and the hues and how the tortoiseshell binding all just makes the whole thing work. So aside from sounding great, if you look at it, it's an absolutely beautiful guitar. So it's very, very well received. I think a lot of you guys probably know this too. Some pro players are loving that guitar, especially live, how it EQs, how it sits in the mix. It's just like, this is sort of the ideal thing.
And on record too, man. Behind a microphone, or in front of a microphone, whatever you want to say, it's spectacular. It's interesting because like rosewood, sometimes you got to EQ out that low end just a little bit. You can kind of just let that sit with the ironbark, right? So it has this interesting, defined lows, defined highs, right? Very balanced. We heard that, right, Lindsay, from a few different people. It's piano like, but it's got this like woodiness, right? Andy in the mid, right? So Andy at first was explaining that it's, very it's if rosewood and ebony had a baby. But after having it in the hands of artists, we've heard a lot of, it's still got that interesting warmth, that mid, that and woodiness that mahogany has. So it's kind of like this Goldilocks in a way. What do you think, Lindsay?
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. I think I heard kind of what we were kind of describing the sound was, but then once I actually heard the guitar and played it for a little bit, and then when we did the artist reaction video, but even before that video, once I played it, I was like, it just sounds, it's very balanced, and there's like, it might not make sense, but the lows have some highs in it, the highs have some lows in it, so it's just a very balanced guitar, sounding guitar, and yeah, it definitely has a woody kind of dry sound to it as well. So it's nice. It's really nice.
Man, this weekend we got to hear two spectacular. Lindsay and I we were capturing some content at Republic Studios in LA, in Westwood, and we got to hear two brilliant musicians play. One played the 514 and one played the 512, and it was like, oh man, it was beautiful. But when you're sitting in a world-class studio with a massive SSL and you're hearing these things, through just an amazing microphone closet, it was spectacular. I really, really, really enjoyed it. In the pre-recorded episode that we're showing next week, we really dive into also a little bit of the economics of urban tone woods and why there is a lack of infrastructure. So it actually costs more than us ordering East Indian rosewood or procuring East Indian rosewood or Fijian mahogany, because there's an infrastructure to do that. With urban tone woods, there's not an infrastructure. So if you got to check out the latest edition of or issue of Wood and Steel, check out Bob's Ask Bob video. We have a digital version, or if you got the print book, there's a QR code you can scan and go right to that. But he answers it spot on. But next week, we're going to really dive into that because, I mean, it's hard, but the wood's pretty great. That being said, I have some clips. So why don't we play some clips and so you guys can hear these guitars firsthand? How's that? The first one I am going to show. How about we do the 512 CE, a little strumming. How's that? Here we go. Check it out. 512 CE. No, really. That guitar's so awesome. All right. While it's still fresh, I'm going to play the 514 CE. Also, he's a great player.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You were there doing that showdown with him. What were his reactions, Aaron?
Well, Danielle likes smaller body guitars. Like he has a GT, I think it's a black top, and he also has an 811E, a GT 811E that he loves. So he's a musical director, plays with tons of artists in the Latin community, just a really great player, great person. And so he likes smaller body guitars. But when he played that 514 CE, you heard the bass jump from the grand concert to the grand auditorium, right? After he played that thing, and then we just cut to, some other segments and we're like, okay, cool, we can do your thing. He kept playing it. Remember that, Jay? And he was just floored with he's like, wow, I've never heard a sound like this before, and it's really something special. Like it was really cool to see like the first reaction after playing the guitar, something brand new he's never even seen before. And he's like, wow, this is absolutely amazing, and he plays hundreds of guitars. He gets to play anything he wants. And he loved that guitar.
Yeah, he truly does. But I remember the comment that he made that was so good was, it sounds like the 514, Ironbark 514, already comes pre-built with a really high-end compressor.
Yeah.
So it's like, think of all the money you can spend on a compressor, and it just kind of does that naturally. Spectacular. With that being said, let's listen to a playthrough of both guitars finger style. Hold your horses. I got it right here. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
that guitar is just so sweet sounding, right?
Yep.
Also, I read a comment back there that says, why doesn't it sound that good when I play it? I don't know who said that comment. I could go back to it, but let me tell you, we all feel that way when Daniel plays. I mean, he's a spectacular player. Yeah. Anyway, yes, they are fantastic. They are getting the love. We have a lot of artists who love them, and it's really interesting. I'd love, to hear what you guys have to say. If you play them, let us know. Send us emails. And John said the 514 is the winner. All right. What do you guys tell us? Which one in the feed is the winner? And then we'll talk about some other guitars. Congrats. Beautiful. What did Gabe say?
Gabe's starting a band with John. Oh.
Gabe's starting a band with John called 514 CE. Gabe has a really good 514 CE, like a legacy 514 CE. It's really good. He also has like the best sounding 517 we've ever heard. Sometimes some are just really special. His 517 is like the most special 517. Anyway, all right, let's move on. 512 GC is the best size, Taylor size. 512 is good. Both Ken wants both.
Yeah.
Did you all hear when he was finger picking how that 512 almost had more depth in a way, because you don't need to hit it with a heavy touch in order to get it to go? I mean, to me, it sounded like it was actually had a little more depth, and the 514 when he was finger picking actually had a little more sparkle.
I read it too, Jay.
You saw that too. This guy could make a Home Depot bucket with strings sound great. Not fair.
That needs to go in Danielle's bio.
There you go.
I'm gonna screenshot that real quick. That is so good. I agree with you. Anyway, all right. So we got more guitars. You guys, if you have a chance to go see Mike at a Find Your Fit, go out there, check one of the new 500s out. They are real. They are the real deal. As Aaron said, we're not getting rid of mahogany. I've heard, and I might. He may have said it on the episode we're going to show next week, but Andy did talk about he wanted mahogany to be in a series at a better price point also. So that was something that he said he feels like 300 series needs to live, eat, breathe, and sleep that mahogany tone wood. So it's not going anywhere. It's just being focused downward a little, which is rad. GS Mini Plus has an update. Actually, that's what we're talking about now. How did you read my mind? Yes, we had yesterday, we launched 2 new GS Minis. The first one we're going to talk about is the GS Mini E Rosewood Plus. Which one of you, Mike and or Aaron, want to talk about that guitar? Okay, Mike, go.
So I was out on the road a couple of weeks back, and I had asked, when I go out on the road, like any of us DSMs, we get a bunch of guitars we take and we put them all in a minivan. We drive around with them, right? Because we want to have guitars that we think are cool, and we want to show off the new guitars. And I had asked for a GS Mini E Koa Plus. Well, I got to the store where I sent everything, and there was this new GS Mini E Rosewood Plus. I said, wait a minute, what's this? Hang on. And I opened it up, and I said, holy cow.
Wait, you didn't know?
This is awesome. Well,
this was way
not
before
at that
we
time.
released it. Yeah.
It was before we released it. So, yeah, exactly. So it was really weird. And I was like, okay, well, can I sell this? No, you can't sell it. Okay, well, I'm just going to show it off to people and pre-sell it before we announce it. And every dealer's like, yeah, these are killer. I opened that Aero case, and I saw this glossy body. And I said, oh, yeah, this is it. I mean, it sounds great. We know GS Minis sound great. But with the ES2 electronics, bigger sound overall when plugged in, with that gloss body, it's fire. It's just so good. So it's an
all-gloss body.
Yep.
It's got an ES2 pickup in it. It comes in an Aero case.
Yep. Pretty tuners.
Pretty tuners. It's fire. And so when we were designing and we were developing content around this thing, our whole point with these next 2 guitars was simply, it's the GS Mini. You guys have heard me say it. How many have we sold? Like 460,000?
Yeah, over 400,000 for sure. Yep.
Yeah, like it. And what is this? The metric? If you were to take GS Mini out of Taylor and it was its own company, how big would it be?
Very, very big.
Very big.
Very big.
Really?
I think someone said
it would be bigger.
Sixth largest guitar company. Or
yeah,
like
it would be bigger than many other brands that make both acoustic and electric guitars together.
So, that being said, every guitar player on the planet needs a GS Mini. It's a gateway drug to other guitars, but I'm telling you, it's the best. So, again, when we were making content for this, it was like, well, what are we going to do to make content for the GS Mini? I mean, we don't really market this guitar because it just markets itself, right? It just, people buy it, they post videos of it. It's the ultimate authentic, self-marketed instrument. But we had an idea. So what we did was we wanted some pro players to just record with these things and perform some of our acoustic sessions with it. So right now, I've got a very short, about 40 second clip of Jim Ward. He was a guest on the show at one point. He's in a band called Sparta. They had a new record that came out. I talked about it earlier. Check this out, because this guitar recorded in a bar with a mic, and you'll hear it. You'll know what I mean in just a second. Ready? Check it out.
Anybody can do anything. Everything's a possibility. It's just a matter of mind over matter. Holding out is holding back on you. be true. It's just a matter of mind over matter.
I would buy that record. I mean, that guitar is as pro as it gets. I'm just saying. So you should buy 14 of them.
Hey, can you put up Bob Rotundo's comment? I really like it.
Where is it?
It's second from the bottom there.
This one.
Yeah. The GS Mini E Rosewood Plus will complement a GS Mini E Koa Plus perfectly. He's absolutely right.
That's Gabe and John's band. They're playing each of those guitars, and then they're about to record an amazing record.
There you go.
Because Gabe's going to produce it. He's going to record it. He's got all the stuff to do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right, Mike. That or Bob, that's a good call. Those are great complementing guitars that would sound great live or recorded.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's listen to the other one. Let's talk about the other one because the other one's sweet. The other one has a really long name, though. Like the nomenclature is pretty ridiculous. But let's talk about it real quick. I don't know who names these things. Is it you, Aaron?
I don't name. Oh, I do name some things, but I didn't name this
one.
Okay, so the name of it is actually GS Mini Special Edition Caramel Burst.
Nope.
GS Mini E. Well, we fought over that one too. And
I know.
Is it caramel or caramel?
Depends on where you are in the world, right?
Yep, exactly.
Pecan pie, pecan pie. What and
Exactly.
Tomato.
Exactly.
Deftones. No?
No, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
GS Mini E Special Edition Caramel Burst.
Caramel.
No.
Caramel Burst.
Caramel. Yeah.
It's caramel.
Camel.
Yes.
It is caramel. It's CARA, caramel. Caramel.
Camel.
Oh, here we
I'm with
go.
you, Jay.
We're going to
I'm
get
with
into
you.
an argument about food. Once again. Anyway.
Just give him the guitar.
Caramel.
Actually, because we work with Gabriel. We work with Gabriel to make our PDP suite videos. So the videos that sit on our product pages, and we do this feature spec video. And Gabe had the idea of taking all of the specs and adding it in just to the name of the guitar to make it the largest, longest name ever. Anyway, the guitar's awesome. I'm going to play it real quick because we have a local San Diego artist, Heather Nation, sat down in our studio with us and check this out. Pretty awesome. Wait, I got to find it. Here it is.
Shouldn't be so hard, but here you are, biding your time, leaving LA for Topanga.
What? I would buy that record too. That guitar sounds so good.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome too.
Yeah.
It was very easy. So we recorded that over at Singing Serpent with our engineer for hire, Ben Moore. And he had worked with her in the past, and it was like butter. Came in, she cut a couple of originals real quick, and it was just spectacular. But again, to say that is a GS Mini, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good guitar. I mean, we're having a sale right now, right? Aren't we having a sale right now? Mike,
we are.
Talk about the sale.
We're having a sale, as they call it, where things are made more affordable for people. And in this particular case, we call it the Get One, Gift One Friends and Family event. And between now and January 2nd, if you purchase any full-size Taylor guitar, so basically anything Academy Series and up, you could also purchase a BT1 Baby Taylor for $99, a GS Mini Mahogany for $199, or a GS Mini E Koa for $299.
Okay.
So that's the bomb diggity right there.
That is.
Give one. Wait, what's it called? Get
one, gift one.
Get
Or
one, give
You
one.
can get one for yourself, and then you could gift yourself one,
Exactly.
which I know a lot of people are doing, it seems.
Yeah.
You selfish people. But hey, I would probably do the same thing. So there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, it's so good. Those guitars are great. Go check those guitars out. Wait a second. That works for me, but I don't have a Mini anymore. Let's look at this.
Ah. Yeah.
John. Hi, John. It's been a while, John. It works for me, but I don't have a Mini anymore. I sacrificed it after I got the GT Urban Ash. Great guitar. So I could get an AD12. Oh,
Yeah.
that guitar is also pretty awesome.
You
Why am I
basically got
rolling
the
my
solid
mustache
wood.
like I have one?
You got the solid wood GS Mini. That's what, you know, those GTs, that's what people have been asking for. We wanted a solid wood GS Mini, you know, and basically that's what that guitar is. I mean, plus some, of course. Those GTs are great. They're still a sleeper, you know, when it comes to getting out there. Like the Mini, you know, Mini's been out there for 12 years now. So, but those GTs, I'm telling you, go to your local music store, pick those guitars up if you like smaller body guitars.
I love the GT.
Yep. Great guitar.
There might be some newish GT shape instrument, newish, refreshed DGTs coming at the beginning of the year. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't say that. There's no embargo. Is there? There might be. I heard there were. Anyway, in a few seconds, in a few minutes, just a minute or so, we're gonna get to some Q&A. Get some questions ready for us. We got Mike here. We got Aaron here. Lindsay. I'll try to answer questions if I can. But these are the guys. They know how to answer things. I've heard this before. I asked them questions and they answered me. So I'm assuming they can do some Q&A in the thing here. What's it say? Private. Someone said, Jay, a lot of people are asking. Oh.
So much for private chat.
Yeah, it's not private anymore.
No.
It's not private.
Yeah, like Jay, that was private.
Yeah, private. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute. I don't believe in your privacy right now. You know what I'm saying? I saw that thing come up. It's like private. I thought it was going to be something like, ooh, what's going on in here? And then I went over there and it's just, you know, you just want to talk. Private Jay.
I professed my love, but you know, now everybody knows, so it's whatever.
Private Jay. I was in the army. I was Private Jay.
That was a sweet Throwback Thursday shot you just had on there, Jay.
Yeah,
that was sweet looking. Can you show that to everybody right now? Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look like my name should be Chad. Right? Or Lance.
Just
Definitely
because you have
Lance.
a baseball cap on. Nobody
Lance
recognizes
Corporal.
Corporal
Lance,
Lance.
for sure.
Anyway, okay,
Yeah.
so the last thing we're going to talk about is Lindsay and I have been extremely busy with some artist content and some new artist content series that we have.
Yep.
One that we would love some support. We would love you guys to go watch some of these episodes because they're great. They're super fun. We started a series of content called Vinyl Confessions, and it's actually a spectacular collaboration with Denon. Denon is a Sound United company, Polk Audio, Marantz, Denon, etc. So turntables, right? And the idea of this is, what is that one record that changed everything for you? That did it for you? The one record that made you want to do music for a living? I got a quick clip of this. It's pretty fantastic. We remember Ian Flanagan. He was a guest on the show. We're going to show you Ian's episode. Well, just a little clip from it. So check it out. It's pretty awesome. If I can find it. There it is, Ian.
I'm Ian Flanagan. I'm a songwriter and a guitar player. In my early teens, maybe 13 or 14, I heard a live version of Hotel California. And I remember the intro was something that was like super magical and way out of my ability at the time. And it just sent me on like a permanent woodshed up in my bedroom for, I don't know, months. And really, it was the imagery of the song Hotel California that kind of inspired me as a lyricist to be like, wow, that's like 10 stories in one. And every year of my life, that song kind of has a new meaning. And that's what's really inspired me about that song. That was my mystical song growing up where I was like, I don't know how to make this, but one day I'm gonna make this sound.
Ooh, I teased you just enough.
Like a
so that you have
teaser.
to go
That's a
find it.
teaser. Yeah.
But I didn't want to get flagged with licenses. We also have another new. We also have another new content series that launched today with some local partners here in San Diego, Loose Loft, and sponsored by Harlan Brewing. We started just another series of content. We launched one today by an artist, a British-born singer-songwriter who lives in LA. His name's Dan Kroll. It's fantastic, super good. And then Emma McGann, she's another British artist that we're working with who's doing a series of content based on songwriting. Just the basics, little nuggets that have helped her in her career. So it's some fun stuff that we're working on. Super, super, super busy, and it's not going to stop. Next year, we have a lot of new stuff coming out. We have a lot of content that we're whipping up. Lindsay and I were a part of a really cool studio session with a pretty big band. So not going to talk about that. We'll wait until it launches, but we got a lot of stuff coming out. We've been super busy, and we are so happy that you guys are still interested in this show. So we will make sure that we do it in 2023. That's for sure. Right now, I'd love to take some questions. If you got any in the feed, let us know. Whatever. Ask away. It's okay. I still have a Pioneer turntable I bought back in 1975.
That's when that thing will never break.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It probably sounds great too.
Yeah.
That was like when Transformers were like the size of small children, like
Yeah.
audio equipment.
That's funny, Bob. It is true. That's exactly right. Denon brings back memories of taping on cassette tapes in the day, right? So much fun.
That if you said that like that, the word that pops into my mind is Memorex. When you
Memorex.
talk about dubbing tapes, Memorex. It's the yellow and pink one. Oh, that's sorry. I just got a flashback too. Thanks, Bob.
I got my DJ career started with a DJ machine that was like a tape thing, and you would cue the song and then take the tape out and roll it back a half turn so that it would fade in.
So
On
that
the
was the
crossfade.
cue portion, was the half
Yeah.
spindle turn.
Yeah. So you would get the song and then you would take the tape out and back, and then, yeah,
All right.
that's all I got.
DJ
Oh, I
and
got
radio
it.
stations, it was a quarter turn on the turntable. CDs
Can't
you
find
were
a new
lost.
belt
didn't
for
matter.
it. Randy Kit, what strings are they putting on the 500 series?
Elixir phosphors.
Do we
And
know what
depending
size?
on grand
Lights?
concerts are lights and grand auditoriums are lights. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Matthew asked that question earlier.
Maxell tapes. Yes, that's how you record all
Maxell
your-
tapes. Maxell tapes was
Yes.
a commercial
That's a
with
good
the
one.
guy getting his hair blown off.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I ordered a 514, no cutaway, how long would I have to wait for it?
Let me look.
Well, we made the stock code. I
I was
think.
doing the same thing, Aaron.
I know. See, we have the handy we can check things out.
Really?
We did make that.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, Tim, and I made the stock code, actually, just saying, because the artist relations team,
Yeah.
we did it first. I'm saying.
We had some foresight into that. Knew that artists were going
Me
to
and my San Diego Padres Father's Day hat did it first.
You look at January, end of January, I'd say, to be
Into
safe.
January.
Because
That's not
we shut
bad.
down for 2 weeks, during the
Yeah.
holidays. People also don't really understand that either. It's like, why do you close like you're in college again, for 2 weeks? Well, we that's when our R&D team, our buildings and maintenance team, and anybody who's on that side, they go in and they get everything ready for the next year. They retool the machines, they rework the fixtures, they make sure that it's like everything's ready to go so we can come back. And those 2 weeks that they work are like mad sprints to make sure that they can get everything ready to go for the next year. And it's the same reason we shut down for a week in sort of the holidays in July too. So just know we shut down for 2 weeks during the holidays. So
I play
end of
a little
January,
game.
early February.
I play a little game that first day back from break. I play a little game called What's the Factory Look Like Now? And I always go and figure out we give tours, right? We do give. I saw a tour question up there. That would be awesome if we could arrange like a private tour for Primetime folks. Maybe we should talk about that.
You know me, Jay. We need to get. I just want everybody back at the factory to check out what we do and just hug people and have them come look at our stuff. So yeah, like let's make that happen.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Somebody just,
all right.
Somebody just asked, are we resuming factory tours in 2023? There are plans to resume tours. Yes,
there are plans. We've been working on. There's some stuff that factory has changed. There's some stuff that we can't show, or some stuff that we need to avoid, or we need to move. The tour routing. So we've been working on that right now. But there is plans for the tour to come back for sure. Here's a question. Is there still a backlog on guitars, or is Taylor caught up already post-pandemic? How is inflation affecting the pricing of guitars? Seems like the prices keep going up.
We are pretty caught up when it comes to we still have back orders. We still have we still have plenty of back orders that we need to get caught up on. Most of our Takate guitars are in stock, ready to ship. What you'll notice about Taylor is you probably didn't see like the huge influx of just a ton of guitars in the field. When it comes to Taylor, we were real smart about our production. We wanted to make sure that our people were safe during the pandemic. So it took a little bit longer to finish guitars because we had to obviously change the factory and space things out and make sure that we were complying with all of our local laws. But we also didn't really put the gas pedal down just to catch up with the miles of backlog of orders we had. Like, we have all these orders because everybody's staying at home. Let's make as many guitars as we can and really stress the factory out. And if you'll read Bob Taylor's book and listen to anything Kurt Listug says, the two owners who started the company, that is the hardest thing on what we do. It's jamming the factory to make as many guitars as possible, and then when demand slows, we have to pull back, and it's really hard in a factory. So luckily we didn't do that. So we are getting caught up, and we got caught up slowly and efficiently. But there is still back orders in some cases. Prices, it just is what it is. I mean, you can see it creep across everything that you're in. I fry turkeys for Thanksgiving. I'm from Louisiana. Yes, I'd love to see the chats light up. So I fry turkeys. Peanut oil is usually for 2 gallons that you buy at Costco or whatever is usually $34 every time. $32, $34. I went to Costco to pick some up, $56. So it's not just guitar strings and premium tone woods and putting things together. It's like, it's everything. So we're doing what we can to try to combat that. And I think we did a really good job with the American Dream series. All solid, all USA, great price point. All of what you do need, none of what you don't, and so we're trying to combat the whole everything with supply chain and inflation, but it just is what it is. Everything costs more, and we're not immune to that. Mike, anything to add there?
No. No,
that was well put,
everything has just gone up. I go food shopping, and what was $50 is now $75. What was $75 now costs $110. I mean, it's just nature of life at this point, and we're all just fighting through it. I think that over the years, we're one of the few companies that at some points had lowered prices of instruments. Most people, when that bottle is open, they can't put that, put the genie back in the bottle. We've done that before. But in this particular case, we held back for a really, really long time before actually taking that under consideration. So.
Yep. And we're doing we're doing the best we can. That's for sure. And we are out there trying to help people get the right guitar into their hands. That is for sure. I saw another question up here. I saw a bunch of Rosewood music. Okay. There was a question. Are the GS Mini E Rosewood Plus guitars ready to ship?
They're not just ready. They are shipping.
They're happy to be shipping. They're like, slap the label on my box. Let's get out here. Let's make some music. Shipping. Yep.
Okay. Awesome
Primetime
show.
Budget.
What happened? Go.
Sorry, Jay. Primetime budget. Look at Eric. Primetime budget was increased to account for inflation. No, because they got me. They couldn't afford Andy Lund anymore. It decreased. That's why they got me instead.
I wish
I can't afford live performances anymore. So
I remember that one time Remember that one time Bob was on and he just was like, "Oh, you want to see my man cave?" And he took his camera and just walked around, right? I'm not going to do that. But if I did turn the camera around right now so that you could see what this looks like, it would blow your mind. It is not in good shape. I have made this little box that you see work for tonight. Woo! We're growing over here. Okay, awesome. When Taylor will make ukuleles, I know they will make the best ukuleles ever made. Do you think we'll ever do that again? I mean,
yeah,
I've heard Bob's answer.
Yeah. It's going to happen sometime. It's just, is it going to be next year? Is it going to be 2029? It's like, who knows? There's always something else. We only can do what we can do within a certain day, right? To build guitars. And we have so many ideas when it comes to the coolest products you've thought of. It's just, what can we do next? It's what do we have capacity for? What is the market asking for? What are our dealers asking for? And most importantly, it's like, really, what does Andy Powers want to make? Like, that's it. It's like, luckily we're driven by Andy Powers, not some spreadsheets. It's more like, okay, well, we're going to do this now because I want to do this. So, and ukuleles is on his list. I just don't know when.
Not to be redundant, but is there any way I can hear a sound clip of a 414 LTD with a cedar top? I wish I had a clip or a video of this instrument. I don't know what this instrument is. When did we make one of these?
Is that the Redwood top? Is that
I
the
think
Redwood
that's
one?
what he's thinking. The Sinker Redwood 414 CE Limited that we just had out.
Oh,
those are great. Yeah, they're
Which
in
is
stores.
Incredible.
Yeah, they're in stores. You'll find them.
Yeah, we didn't.
Not many of them, but you'll find them. Go find one and play it, and if you love it, buy it, because those are absolutely
They're amazing.
smoking.
Good question, K Price. Just an FYI, we don't usually make video content for limited guitars because they're here today and gone tomorrow. Real legitimate statement right there. So we often don't have them at the factory long enough for us to make content for, but we should try sometimes to get these things, even if they're archived. That would be a really good idea. All right. Any more questions? Primetime. Back. We are back. How many GS Minis are enough?
One more.
Yeah.
Till the players tell us to stop making them.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, we thought that guitar was going to kill the Baby Taylor, and now we're making more Baby Taylors and selling more Baby Taylors than we ever have. So it's like, you just really can't tell, that guitar. It's like when Apple came out with the iPhone. It's like, okay, well, this is sort of our iPhone and everybody's going to love it. And everybody's going to have one, Sorry for you Samsung people out there. But yeah.
Hey. Okay. Does it make you upset when you're an iPhone user and you text somebody and that chat turns green?
Yes.
It's weird. It does affect you in a certain way. Yeah.
It does.
I mean, I know we're not coming from a giving place. We're being a little reactive, right, with this. But it's like, oh man, come on.
Right? Like I can't iMessage if I'm, geez, what the heck? I can't see if they read my message.
And if I try to just like heart the message to end it, which I do for a lot of iMessage, with Samsung or Google Pixel, if you heart it, it just kind of duplicates the message and shows that you loved it. I hate that. Oh, I hate that.
That's our Wordle thread, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, because, we at work, we try to have fun. We have groups of people. Take care, Philip. We have fun. We do Wordle because we're nerds, and it helps wake us up in the morning, get our brains going. And there's like 6 of us that have iPhones and one that doesn't. And because of the one that doesn't, everything goes green. Drives me nuts.
Just kick them out the group. Just kick them out the group.
We like them.
Yeah, it's true.
So, listen, I have a cousin chat. There's like 16 of us cousins. And for a while, my sister didn't have an iPhone. She was the only one that had like a Samsung or something. And I kicked her out the chat. And it was an executive decision that I made. And she was out the chat for about a year until she got an iPhone, and then I brought her back in, and everyone welcomed her. But she ruined our vibe. So you got to do what you got to do.
Lindsay, you're awesome.
My sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife's side of the family, we have a big chat. My sister-in-law just got married to this totally amazing dude last year, but he makes our chat go green, so we kicked him out.
It's hard. It's hard to deal with. You know, you got to wake up every morning and think like today's going to be a great day. And when you see that green bubble, you got to just power through it. You really do. But we do what we can, right?
This is why we got hate when we sent the email. This is what this person was talking about. All right. Okay. We got a couple more questions here. Then we're going to move on to Lindsay's question in 2 minutes of sports. Wrap this thing with some trivia and bounce. Smartphone shaming. We all need to go to some sort of therapy. This is kind of therapy, though. This is great. All right. Curious, what are the top 5 selling models of Taylor guitars? It would start with GS Mini beginning on the top, right? Yep. Curious what the other ones are. Do you guys know?
It depends on how you're slicing it. Are you slicing it by dollars? Are you slicing it by units?
Units.
Yeah. You know, if it's sheer units, I think the GS Mini, Aaron, I think that's, if you look at the GS Minis as a collective, I think that's the winner.
Sure. And
as far as units.
Yeah, you know, it depends on what you look at. We look at different price bands. We look at, units. Then it just kind of depends on, it's mostly, you know, lower price guitars move faster through stores. So my Tableau it's got the little blue wheel of death here from earlier. So I can't look at our sales data right now. Those are extremely popular. 314 CEs have been around for forever. Extremely popular guitar. It's a legacy model. The best-selling acoustic over $3,000 is the 814 CE. So we look at it in different price categories, price points. 214 CEs and all their iterations over the years are absolutely phenomenal guitars. In the deluxe range, it would be the 224 CE Deluxe. And then after that, it historically has been, since it's been around for forever, the 614 CE, right? So all the iterations that were coming out of 614 CEs are propping that up too, with their Builder's Edition and both Natural and Wild Honey Burst. It just depends. And it depends on how long the product has had a life cycle in its current iteration, or, you know, in its like I said, with the 514 CE. You go back to the 90s, 514 CE were like the best selling, you know, one of the best selling because of the price point and what mahogany and cedar did. And then it just sort of trailed off because everybody started playing different things, taste change, players change, you know, what's happening in the music industry is changing. And so for whatever reason, we need to go and refresh it. But, you know, it depends on what you're looking at a specific time. But we look at it in revenue by different price bands. So, and when you say the best-selling Taylor, like the most historical, the most legacy, like what do you think of when you think of the word Taylor? To me, it's an 814 CE.
Yep.
I'm on mute. You know, Aaron, the whole time you were talking, it was really interesting. I would agree. Timothy said, thank you. Very interesting to hear. It reminds me of the way you kick off sales meetings from time to time. And it's interesting, like certain nuggets of that information is great for everyone to hear. I think it's spectacular. But up towards the end of your little rant right there, I just started looking past your head at that gem on the wall, and I really need it in my life. So
which one?
Look at that one. I've been at his gym back there.
Mike was there for that purchase.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were at Rune's Guitars that night. Yep.
So
we all bought guitars that day. We all made the worst impulse buys on the planet.
Not me.
Well, I mean, when I say worse, I don't mean that they were bad decisions for the guitars we chose. They're bad decisions because you're not supposed to make like 4-digit impulse purchases
unless you're a guitar player, and then we do it all the time and we have to justify it to our significant others. That's our life. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
What had happened was, you see, I can hear Dablo talking. Well, see,
but
I just didn't have it. That's so awesome. Oh man. Okay. I think we're good. We got some questions. We got a good show ripped off here. I loved it. Lindsay, this is your time.
Yep.
This is your time. I've never gotten.
Who am I asking the question to?
You can ask me. You've never.
I'm gonna ask you.
You've asked Mike. You've asked Aaron, and I have never gotten a will Lindsay Love stump Jay with just a regular question? So I would love.
Well, maybe I will. All right.
Okay, go for it.
All right, Jay. Here we go. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why?
Cartoon character.
Yeah. If you can hang out with any cartoon character, who would you hang out with?
Wow, that is an awesome question.
Did I stump you?
Because you stumped me because I'm old, and I'm like,
go back.
Right, but like, can it be a duo?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, they'd be fun to hang out with.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. They would definitely be fun to hang.
Ren and Stimpy, 100%. I think just out of I mean, there's Shaggy and Scooby. That would be hilarious. Just kind of like riding around in the van. But then I would have to deal with the other ones. And
we have. Yeah, what? You're right. Ren and Stimpy would be. Man, you get in a lot of trouble with them.
I probably would get in a lot of trouble. I went to see Mike Judge did the those like I don't know, where he would show all I don't know what it was called, but like the creator of Ren and Stimpy had all of this stuff that he created, and he put it in like a comedy 2-hour like theater show. Oh man, It was fantastic. Don't whiz on the electric fence. Exactly.
John Chris Falusi.
So Jay is Kramer.
It's Kramer.
But a cartoon. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is the best. That is the best line. Gabe.
Don't whiz on the yes.
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
Hey, we got some good ones in here. Snoopy, Jessica Rabbit, Bugs Bunny, Roger Rabbit, the Tick. Apparently, people have thought about this question before.
Roger Rabbit would be a good one.
Yeah.
Snoopy would be a good one because he would just get you in a mess of trouble.
Yeah.
And then fly in like fighter planes. Yeah. I love that question so much. That's a great question, Lindsay. Thank you.
Ren and Stimpy. Yes.
Ren and Stimpy. Okay, you know what time it is. I'm going to play a useless clip real quick. We're going to wrap this show up, but you know what time it is. I've been waiting 5 months or something like that for this segment. It is my favorite segment of the show. Here we go with a useless clip. Oh, we had so many sports things happen. Oh boy, baseball. How about
the World Series?
Yeah. Look, I was really kind of rooting for it. My problem is Justin Verlander used to be a Tiger, so I didn't want him to lose his games, but I wanted the Astros to lose because I'm way more of a Phillies fan. What a bummer, but geez, oh, holy smokes, goodness. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. The Astros are a juggernaut. I'm sorry, Mike. I know your Yankees got whooped, but whoa, man, they are beastly. And I don't think it's going to change.
2 World Series wins makes a juggernaut.
No. This team, this particular team,
they're about to get dismantled. You realize that, right?
It's about Garrett Cole. Gone. Garrett Cole leaves, goes to your boys, the Yankees, and they're like, no big deal. We got this guy. No big deal. They're like, no big deal. I mean, and I was really happy that Dusty got his World Series. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was the only redeeming thing for me is that Dusty finally.
He is such a Yankees fan. You know,
I am a Yankees fan.
He cannot find any joy in the rest of this baseball.
No, the only joy I get from the Astros is looking at memes with them hitting trash cans. Like, that's about
mad. But here's the deal: if we didn't have trash cans, if we didn't have the cheating Astros, we wouldn't have pitch comms. There you go.
True. And I kind of dig that, actually.
Right.
What I'm not going to dig, and I don't know if anybody else, is big on this either, the pitch clock and the 8 seconds to get into the batter's box thing, and like all these things that are happening next year in baseball. I don't know how all this is going to work. They're trying to speed up games, which I really sort of don't understand because they did so many other things to speed up games. Yeah. And I'm sure that the vendors at the stadiums don't want them to speed up games because they sell more beer and more food. So, what does this mean for our national pastime going forward? I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I'm
next year.
okay. I'm okay with it. Please. I don't need to watch someone do this. Like 5 minutes. Just throw the dang ball. Okay.
I was waiting for it. I knew Lindsay
I'm
was
okay
gonna.
with it.
I knew Lindsay was gonna bring that up. Oh, it's so good. Okay, then let's talk about basketball season. It's basketball season, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Your Lakers.
Oh, it's a joke at this point. We don't even have to talk about them. Let's talk about my husband's sons. Okay, they look good.
They
but
do.
I don't know if they did enough. They look pretty much like they did last year, and Dallas kind of handled them last year, so I'm not convinced. But we'll see. Golden State's not looking that great right now, but it's the beginning of the season. It's a long season, so there's really nothing to be said yet.
But I am
Nothing to be
happy
said
that
yet.
basketball is back.
I am
College
too.
football. Aaron, you had a good LSU win.
Yeah, so
Alabama
Dave in the chat said go Tigers. Yep. And to John, I'm North Louisiana. So if you're Houma, you would call me from Arkansas. I'm from Ruston originally, so I went to Louisiana Tech. But you move out of state, you always go for anything in your home state. So yeah, Tigers are looking real good. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Georgia on December 3rd.
And Gabe, he's not talking about the Detroit Tigers. Sorry, Mom.
Different Tigers. Tigers.
She's talking about the Tigers. Yeah. Okay. Formula One? No? Anybody?
No.
I'm a big fan.
Fast. Oh, sorry.
I know you are.
Season's
World
over.
Cup.
Okay.
World Cup.
Okay, World Cup. Let's go to World Cup. Who's your team? Who's going to win World Cup this year?
Ooh.
Well,
I don't know.
Everyone got
Maybe
scared
France?
about the Argentina loss.
I mean, Saudi Arabia coming. Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, maybe France. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna go England.
I don't know. England, maybe. Yeah, they look good.
I think England looks really good. Yeah. I just don't think the U.S. has it yet.
No.
They're getting
Brazil.
You think Brazil?
David went to Louisiana
think
Tech.
Brazil?
Oh, just on that. Yeah, I went Brazil.
Oh,
Brazil?
Vic thinks Germany. Germany's always fire.
I was just about to say maybe Germany, but they play tomorrow. We'll see if they win tomorrow. Hopefully they do.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's it. That's 2 minutes of sports. That was more like
3.
15 minutes of sports. We got a trivia question for you guys, so you guys know the rules. This is how this works. Okay, Gabe. What? My mom's talking trash now. Yeah.
She's
Little
agreeing.
league with her player on this. Yeah. See, okay,
That's a baseball
Mom.
fan right there. Mom's
That
a
is a
baseball
great
fan.
This is fantastic. Okay. We got a trivia question. So, here's the deal. If you win, you got to be the first person in the feed. Once we see the feed, it delays a little. So will you answer this question properly? We're going to give you a clean, like a care pack, some strings, some picks, a tuner, and a t-shirt. That is what you are winning tonight for this trivia question. You guys ready for this? All right, we got it. We don't have Andy to play music. That's the only bummer.
You may play some balance and composure through my microphone. I can.
Trivia.
All right, here we go. Here
Trivia.
is the question, ladies and gentlemen. If you win, hit us up at primetime@taylorguitars.com, and we will hook you up with your prize. And the question is, drum roll, please. In what year did we, Taylor, make the original pallet guitar? And what t-shirt needs to be a V-neck?
That's the wrong answer, Rob. But
That's not a year.
In what year did we, Taylor, make... Oh, Evan, you can answer it. Evan's going to win at this point. No, Evan, you can't answer it. The rules are Gabe and Paul Tobias can't answer it. Neither can you, Evan. We'll hook up Evan.
Somebody said 2040.
Oh,
somebody got it.
Somebody got it.
Timothy got it,
right? I lost it.
Where's
Where'd
it
it
at? 95? 95?
Yep.
Timothy, right? Yeah, there he is. Yep.
There he is, Timothy. There you go.
Nice.
Good job, Timothy. Send us an email. 1995, and a little bit of info for you. Back and sides were made of oak, and as Bob says, and I quote, the top was probably hemlock. They were 2x4s. I don't know. So there's your Bob Taylor quote. All right,
That's
ladies
good.
and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let me go hide this little banner situation so we can end the show. I do have a little outro from Andy Lund here. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Mike. It's been great. Thank you, Aaron. It's been great. It's been too long for this. This has been always fun. I can't believe this many people came and showed up and hung out with us for this long. We
Thank you
appreciate
all.
you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yep.
you.
We will be back in full swing with some really great artists and some really great content and episodes in the new year. Again, next week is a pre-recorded episode. I will be there to chat. Come hang out with your pals in the comments. We will have a good time. And let's let Aaron or Andy Lund, Aaron Lund.
Same person. Same person.
Same person. Let's let Andy Lund sing us out. And we'll see you next time, guys. Have a good night.
What was it? What was it? It was prime time. That was prime time. What the heck was it? Well, that was prime time. Well, we hope you liked the show tonight. But there was a special Tuesday. And on special Tuesdays, we do prime time. And we're looking forward to the next time we can do a show together. So, until then, keep playing, keep rocking, keep smiling, and wait for another prime time on a Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Till next
Happy
time, have a happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Woo!